Hello everyone, this is Sumit Kumar and I am here to guide you up for one of the easiest way to build a keylogger. Here to note that this is made only for educational purposes and it is highly recommended to avoid mishandling of the knowledge shared. Please like and share if you do like the video and do help me out to get the best viewers available here. And here we start. Okay, so the first thing that we'll be working with is we'll be working with Pycharm. Now, why Pycharm? Because this is one of the best, place to code in Python. And I would like to tell you that here you don't need any prior knowledge of Python or anything. You can just go on with the process that I do tell you here, and then you can, go to your best approach to build up this process in order to get a keylogger later on. Initially, we would start with the process for the installation of Pycharm. Okay, then the first thing that you need to do is you need to copy this link up. Okay, this link will be given in the description, and after copying it, you just go to your uh, browser, and on the URL address bar you paste this link and then click on enter. Now once you click enter, you get to the JetBrains PyCharm download page, and it's taking a while. I guess my internet is a bit slower one. So once you get into this page, the first thing that you need to do is you need to click on this yes I agree. It's an optional thing. Even like if you need the cookies, you click on agree. If you don't need it, you can just ignore and say no thanks and then leave it off. The thing here is you have two different downloads for this PyCharm. One is the professional edition and the another is community edition. The professional edition supports HTML, JavaScript, SQL and all, and just for pure Python development we can use the community edition. And here I'll be using the community edition because here it's a free trial, and then here it's free open source software, so I'll be going for the community edition. I don't want to pay anything here because it's just for educational purposes. So we'll click on the download, and once the process starts over here, you can check it out. The process of downloading has started. Let the file get downloaded. Now here what we see is the file is an exe file. Exe means it's an executable file, so you don't have to go for opening up folders and all and then execute the file. After it gets downloaded, you directly click here on this arrow bar, and then click on the open when it's done, or directly click on open after the download is over. Now hi guys, so I'll be telling you how to install Pycharm Community Edition. This is the newest version, that is 20.1.2.exe. I'll be executing the executable file directly. I'll double click on the file and then I'll click yes. This file I have downloaded from the Community Edition Pycharm website, and then I'll click on this next, and then select the Pycharm community version that you want to install. So I'll just go on with the uninstall. So I'll do uninstall this was the older version, and I'll be going on with the newer version. So I'll click on that and then I'll click next, and after clicking on this, I get Pycharm edition will be uninstalled from the following folder. Yeah, so I'll do uninstall all these things, and after uninstalling, I'll just click on this uninstall, so the process begins. And once the process is done, the older version of Pycharm Community Edition will be uninstalled, and I'll just close this, and then the newer version is present here. I'll go and then I'll click on next, and if I need a launcher on the desktop, I'll click on this. If not, I won't click. So I do need a launcher. Then update path variable and add open folder as object. I don't need any of these things. I'll just go on next, and then yeah, it's like JetBrains, so I'll click install, and then the process starts. Once the installation process is completed, you'll see this finish window. I'll click on this finish, and then my entire process is done. and then I'll just wait for some time and then see if it is being installed. Yeah, and it is being installed. So I'll just click on this Pycharm Community Edition, and after I click, it takes a little more time, and then it will ask me if I need to import the settings, or if I need to configure or configure installation of the folder. What we need to do, we need to click on this. So I'll just click and see what is available here. So I don't think I need any of these, so I'll just click on cancel, and then I'll just click to not import settings, and then I'll click on OK. So it asks you for what kind of theme you need. Obviously you can change it later, so I'll go for the dark theme, and then I'll go for the next featured plugin that is being available here. So it says you need to get online, and also I'll just directly go and click on start using Pycharm. And here I have 3 options: create new project, open and get from version control. I'll click on the create new project, and then I'll give the name as Keylogger, and then I'll click on create Keylogger 1, say, because I already have a project named Keylogger, so I'll name it as Keylogger 1. And now here what you can see is in this project interpreter details, you see virtual environment, new environment using virtual environment, and the location of this new virtual environment is this. This gets automatically added up, but here in this base interpreter, this C users del and this entire path, this doesn't get automatically added up. What you need to do is you need to install Python first, and after installing Python, this will get added up automatically. If not, then you need to select the path of your Python exe file, and then you need to copy and then paste it here. So I won't waste too much time on all these things. I'll carry on with the process. So I'll just click create, and then here the process is started for creating of my new window for my project. Now here there are multiple tips and all. If you want, you can directly go and click on this don't show tips, but I won't do it because sometimes it works out well for me. So I'll directly close this up, and then I'll wait for a little more time. And the first time when you open this up, it will take a little more time than the successive opening of the windows later on. So you need to wait a little bit, and then after everything is being installed and the older packages uninstalled successfully, it opens you up the new window, and here you get it. Now here there are few suggestions. You might ignore it if you want, so I'll just ignore it up, and then I'll click on this keylogger. I'll right click on this keylogger to open up a new Python file. Now when you right click, you get this new, and then you need to click on this Python file. Once you click on this Python file, you need to name up your Python file. So you can name anything as per your wish to your file, but even if you want, you can name the project title to your file. The project name and the file name can be same, but here in order to eliminate the confusion, I'll write up a different name here. What I'll do is I'll write it as keylog. Just type the Python file, and after you click on the Python file, you have this window open. Now let me tell you a few things. First is first, and I'll just as you can see, I have written up everything to tell you up so that I don't miss out on any points. So first I'll tell you something about the keylogger. And keylogger definition from Wikipedia, it says keystroke logging, often referred to as keylogging or keyboard capturing. It is the action of recording or logging the keys struck on a keyboard, typically covertly, so that person using the keyboard is unaware that their actions are being monitored. Data can be retrieved by the person operating the logging program. A keystroke recorder or keylogger can either be a software or a hardware. So this was a bookish definition, though the best one, but reading up things is a bit tough for me. So what I would say in simple terms is Keylogger records whatever you type on the keyboard, and then if you wish to get it as an output, you get it. So that's the process that we'll be doing now. Now what we are constructing here is a keylogger which records all the keys that are being pressed on the keyboard. Okay, and after recording, it stores it as a string, and after storing it as a string, if we wish to print out the output in the output window, we get it directly on the output window. Okay, now until when does it stores the keys pressed? So until you press the enter key. Pressing the enter key is termed as the termination condition. Now when termination condition is triggered, it stops the process. Using a termination condition only, it starts the process, and after the termination condition is triggered, it stops the process. And the output, obviously it can be seen on the output window in our process. So the first things first is over, and then we go on with the process. So here is the program that I have already written here. So I'll just delete up this stuff. After deleting, I just have the program here. Now, as you know about the packages, import and export of the packages and all those stuff. So I don't have to explain about all those things. And for newbies, you can directly follow up the process as I say, and you can, generate the program and then use it as per your wish. Now, obviously for a disclaimer, I would again suggest that you should avoid mishandling of the knowledge that is being given, and it really makes it difficult for people if it is mishandled. So better not to do that. It's just for educational purpose, and then you can go on with it. So initially what I would write is I would import the package. So it's import, the package name is, you can see it here, it's keyboard. So and yeah, so it's just the copy and paste of the process that I have written up there. So now when you type in the keyboard, why I'm writing line by line and word by word for you is, you can directly go and copy up the program, but doing this tells you there are few errors, and you can rectify those errors and all. So here it's being given as keyboard. Now keyboard has a red line on this. Now you have two options written here, alt reference and more actions, and there is two shortcuts given, alt shift plus enter and alt plus enter. Now what I would suggest you initially is to rectify these kind of errors. When you import a package, you directly go on file and then click on settings. After clicking on settings, you go on project keylogger, and then you have this project interpreter. Now here what you see is there are different menus. Obviously here you see the version of Python, and the Python exe file that is being installed is being imported here for this Pycharm project. Now what I need this keyboard package to be installed in my system. So I directly can't install. I might install there as well, but initially what I would show is I would click on this plus, and there was some error in loading, so I would just refresh this. Okay, the problem was here, my internet connection, I lost my internet connection, so I need to reconnect it. Just give me a while for that. Yeah, so I just got my connection back, and then I would refresh this. Now you see thousands and thousands of packages here, but what I need is I just need a keyboard. So I would type in keyboard here, and then here I see the menu keyboard, and then you see the details of the keyboard here. I need to install this package. I'll go directly and click on install package, and here the package gets installed, and here you get a pop-up. Wait, I will show you. Here also you get a green pop-up, and then here you get packages installed successfully. Now there are many more packages. If you wish to install, you can install. Like I would install time, so I would write import and then time. So time is already being installed in my system, so it doesn't shows any red line. But still, if it shows a red line, there is one more way to rectify that. And what is that is, you click on the thing that is showing the red line and you press on Alt and then enter. You have options here. You can directly, click on the install option after you click on Alt and then enter. So after clicking on import time, I would go for this next line. I would just directly copy and then paste it up here. So yeah, it worked well for me. Now what it says, I would explain this line of code to you. Now key read is a variable, and in Python you can take in any variable you wish, and the variable type is declared automatically. So you don't have to declare the variable, say it's an integer type or character or a float or whatever type it is. You don't have to declare any variable, it takes automatically. Now keyword is the variable, and this is the type conversion. Now I would first explain this internal line of code and then the external one. Now what it says is keyboard is this package where we have imported keyboard from. This keyboard is taken here, and then keyboard dot records the keys that you are pressing on the keyboard. Until when? Until it's given as escape. But we said that we'll be using enter as the key, right? So we'll, or say we will take escape itself. It's not an issue. You can change the keys, and until that particular key is pressed or triggered, the recording keeps on taking place. And then suppress true, you just, this is an attribute, another attribute, you just need to give it as suppress that's equal to true, and it takes boolean type of expression. Booleans means zeros and ones, trues and false, so it's a boolean type variable. It takes boolean type value, so I have given it as true. Now when you point towards this, it gives you the definition or the thing that these variables and these expressions are used for. Now trigger on release, when you take this trigger on release type of attribute, what it does is whenever you press a key and then you release that key, only then the process is triggered, not after that or not before that. Okay, so when you release the key, the process is triggered, and then this entire thing, it is typecasted as string. Okay, and then after getting typecasted as string, all the values are splitted. Now in this split option, you can split it as per your wish. I haven't given anything, but if you wish, I'll give you an example, or yeah, I'll give you an example, and it'll split using double hyphen. I'm sorry for this. So it will split using a double hyphen, and you don't have to give any kind of semicolons and all, as you know. And then the next thing here, now I'll copy this entire piece of code, and then I'll paste it up there, and I'll explain you up the process. Okay, now you can see I have taken here a variable called L, and I have given a list. This is given for list, so you need to give this up because I'm storing all the values that are stored in this key read in a list. Okay, now for I in range up to length of key read. Now if you have done C or C programming, you know that we write for loops for I equals 0, I less than n, and I plus plus, and so on. So it gives that I should be evaluated from 0 to n. Now in Python, it automatically takes the value 0 if we don't give it, and then up to the process of length of key read. Okay, now key read, it will obviously store up some values, and after storing some values, it will have some length. Initially it will be 0 if it doesn't stores any value, but after it stores a value, it will have some length, and this length, we are taking it as the number or the limiting condition. Initial condition will be 0, and the terminal condition will be the length of this key read value. That is, whatever string it is taking, whatever is the length of this string, it will be taking as the terminating value of this for loop. Now if down in keyboard, then read I. Okay, down in key read, then read I. What it tells you that if a key is being pressed completely, when a key is pressed completely, then you need to read the value that is being present in this string of this key read. You would understand well once we see the output, and then l dot append key read. Now whatever value is being read here, I need to append this in this list. Append this means store this in this list. Initially the list was empty. Now once a key is being pressed, every key is being stored in this list. Now this list will have a number of values after we press number of keys. Now for j in l, j is another variable, and we don't need declarations as such, as I have told you prior that it takes in the variables automatically, the type of variable automatically. Now or else we'll just remove this piece of code, it will be easier for you. Now l has whatever keys are being pressed, l has it. Okay, then we print l. While we print l, and the entire list is being printed. What we need to do now is to run the process, and running process in a Pycharm is quite easy. So what we need to do is we need to right click on this empty place, and once we right click, we have this running option here, run keylog1. I'll click on this directly, and then I'll click here, and then I'll type up my name, that is Sumit, and then Kumar, and as I have given escape as the terminal condition, I'll press in escape. Now when I pressed escape, wait, the thing is it made it a little bit shabby. I'll just give one line gap, and then I would run it again, and then I'll press enter. So what you can see here is whichever key is being pressed. Okay, like initially, in order to get a capital letter for this, one second, I just made one more mistake. I'll rectify it. Now what you can see here is, as the first letter is caps, I have pressed shift and then I have pressed S. So what it tells you, the output tells that first shift was pressed down, then S was pressed down, then shift was lifted up, and then S was lifted up. Then U was pressed down, then U was lifted up, then M was pressed down, and then M was lifted up, and so on the process takes place. Okay, so what it helps you out with is whichever key was pressed, including the special keys shift, space bar, backspace, and whichever key was pressed, you get a record of every single key here. Now once you record every key, time wasn't needed here, so I'm deleting it. So once you record every single key, you can store it up in a different file or a different variable, or in your local system, or say in your cloud, as per your wish in your further process. So friends, this was one of the best and thing that you might like. So please guys, if you do like this video, do like, share, and subscribe. And if it helps you out, do tell me in the comment section that it really helped you out well, and in which way it helped you out. And yeah, thanks a lot guys. This is Sumit Kumar signing off. Goodbye, have a nice day ahead.